7 rare manipulation tactics used by master manipulators. What if I told you that almost every day, at work, in relationships, even with strangers, you're being influenced without even realizing it? Master manipulators don't rely on obvious tricks. Instead, they use subtle, psychologically backed tactics that slip under your radar while steering your thoughts, feelings, and decisions. In this video, we'll break down 7 rare manipulation strategies that psychologists have studied for decades. By the end, you'll recognize them instantly and protect yourself before they take control. Let's begin. 1. Conversational ownership. Think about the last time you told a story, but somehow the other person kept turning the conversation back to themselves. That's no accident. Manipulators are skilled at owning the conversation. Instead of openly interrupting, they slowly redirect the topic until the discussion serves their goals. It feels natural, but the effect is powerful. They control the narrative, while you feel like you're still being heard. Psychologist Buss and colleagues identified this tactic back in the 1980s. It's subtle, it's sneaky, and once you spot it, you'll realize it happens all the time. 2. Strategic vulnerability. Now here's a surprising one. Manipulators don't always act strong. Sometimes they pretend to be weak. They might share a personal struggle, shed a tear, or reveal a flaw. But it's not real openness. It's calculated. Why? Because when someone appears vulnerable, our defenses drop. We trust them more. We feel compelled to help. Eric Berne, in his classic Games People Play, explained how people use false vulnerability to pull others into their psychological games. So next time someone overshares too quickly, ask yourself, are they being real or are they lowering your guard on purpose? 3. Reverse anchoring. This one is a favorite in sales, negotiations, and even personal relationships. It works like this. First, they give you an extreme option. Maybe it's an outrageous price, a huge request, or an unrealistic demand. Of course, you say no. Then they scale back, and suddenly their real request feels reasonable by comparison. Psychologists Tversky and Kahneman called this the anchoring effect. By setting the first anchor extremely high or low, manipulators frame your expectations and influence your decision without force. 4. Intentional misinterpretation. Imagine saying something, and the other person twists your words. You feel misunderstood, maybe even attacked. You rush to explain yourself, to clear things up. But here's the trap. While you're defending yourself, they've shifted the power. Now you're on the defensive, and they control the direction of the argument. Robert Cialdini, a leading expert on influence, warns about this tactic. It's one of the fastest ways manipulators deflect attention away from their own behavior. 5. The illusion of truth effect. Here's one of the scariest manipulation tactics, because it works on everyone. If you hear the same statement over and over, your brain starts to believe it, even if it's false. This is called the illusory truth effect. Psychologists Hasher, Goldstein, and Topino proved it in the 1970s. Repetition makes lies feel like truth. Politicians use it, advertisers use it, and yes, manipulators in relationships use it too. The more they repeat their version of reality, the more it seeps into your mind. 6. Triangulation. This one is common in toxic relationships and workplaces. Instead of confronting you directly, the manipulator brings in a third person. They might say, "Even John agrees with me," or "Your friend told me you were wrong." This creates division, breeds mistrust, and makes you feel isolated. By pulling in another person, they gain credibility, and you lose balance. Therapists warn that triangulation is a classic tool of emotional abusers. The moment you hear someone using others as proof, pay attention. 7. Emotional timeout. Finally, we have emotional withdrawal. You're in the middle of a conflict, emotions are high, and suddenly they go cold. They stop responding, walk away, or give you the silent treatment. This isn't about calming down, it's about control. By withdrawing affection or communication, they pressure you into giving in, just to end the discomfort. Psychologist Buss and colleagues identified this as a manipulative relationship tactic. It's silent, but extremely effective. Final thoughts. So let's recap. Manipulators own conversations. They fake vulnerability. They anchor you with extremes. They twist your words. They repeat lies until they feel true. They divide people with triangulation, and they use emotional withdrawal as a weapon. Individually, these tactics might seem small, but together they form a powerful toolkit of covert influence. The good news? Awareness is your best defense. Once you see these patterns, they lose much of their power. Share the call to action. If you found this video eye-opening, don't let it stop here. Like this video, share it with a friend who might need to hear it, and subscribe Folder 9 for more deep dives into psychology, human behavior, and influence. Because the more you understand these hidden tactics, the less control anyone will ever have over you.